Hi, I'm Mark Graban, and this is the Mistake of the Week. As the calendar turns, millions of people make New Year's resolutions. Exercise more, eat better, spend less. Finally fix something that's been bothering us for years. The intention is sincere. The mistake is what comes next. We tend to treat resolutions as a test of willpower. If we succeed, we credit discipline. And if we fail, and most of us do, we blame ourselves. We say we weren't motivated enough. We say we didn't want it badly enough. We promise to try harder next year. But research suggests something else is going on. According to an article by Verywell Mind, more than 60% of people say they feel pressured to make a New Year's resolution. Many set 3 or more goals at once. And studies consistently show that more than 90% of resolutions are abandoned within just a few months. That's not a motivation problem. That's a design problem. Psychologists point out that resolutions fail for predictable reasons. First, we think too big. Clinical psychologist Terry Bly told Verywell Mind that we're drawn to big, sweeping change because it sounds inspiring. But humans aren't wired for sudden transformation. Lasting change usually comes from small, repeatable steps, the kind you can sustain even on a bad day. And second, we don't ask why. Bly also notes that change sticks only when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing. Many resolutions are things we feel we should do, not things we're truly ready to do. And third, we often aren't ready yet. Psychologists describe change as a process, moving from awareness to preparation to action and then maintenance. Research suggests people who keep resolutions are already in the action stage. Many others aren't, even if January 1 makes it feel like they should be. Failure in that case isn't surprising, it's predictable. And that should sound familiar because in organizations, when improvement efforts fail, we don't usually say people just weren't motivated enough. We ask whether the system supported the change, whether the environment made the right behaviors easy, and whether people were ready and supported in their efforts to try something new. But every January, we forget those lessons and turn improvement into a character judgment. But here's a quieter truth. January 1st is usually just a continuation of the systems you had running on December 31st. So when resolutions fail, the better question isn't, what's wrong with me? It's, what small experiment could I try next? That idea comes straight from the work I've done on learning from mistakes. In my book, The Mistakes That Make Us, one theme comes up again and again. Improvement doesn't come from grand promises. It comes from iteration. From starting small, from testing changes instead of declaring them permanent, from treating setbacks not as failure, but as information. So if you're thinking about resolutions this year, try this instead. Don't ask, how do I stay motivated? Ask, how do I make the right choice easier and the wrong choice harder? Don't aim for transformation. Aim for one small change that you could test for a week or even a day. And if it doesn't work, don't quit, adjust. Because improvement, personal or organizational, isn't about willpower or perfection. It's about learning your way forward, one small step at a time. New Year's resolutions aren't a mistake because change is a bad idea. They're a mistake when we confuse change with self-control and forget that learning, not resolve, is what actually makes improvement stick. I'm Mark Graban, and if this perspective resonates, I explore these ideas more deeply in my book, The Mistakes That Make Us, about learning from setbacks by starting small, iterating, and improving without blame. And this has been The Mistake of the Week. As always, I want to thank you for listening. I hope this podcast inspires you to reflect on your own mistakes, how you can learn from them or turn them into a positive. I've had listeners tell me they started being more open and honest about mistakes in their work. And they're trying to create a workplace culture where it's safe to speak up about problems, because that leads to more improvement and better business results. If you have feedback or a story to share, you can email me, myfavoritemistakepodcast@gmail.com. And again, our website is myfavoritemistakepodcast.com.